people to get them a little off the hook, make it a money thing, where officer behaving like the guy that killed George Floyd, with 17 write-ups or whatever, would have cost the department too much money. They would have fired him, a long time ago, years ago, because he would have ended up costing them money. So, these are some of the things that they can actually do to help make cops who think they have, total carte blanche to hurt us with, immunity. This will make them think twice.
So, I look at what you're talking about. Let me see, going back to police reform, the Police Reform Act, number 9. If you don't know what this is, guys, you can Google this. The contract with Black America. You can Google this and you can find it. Ice Cube, tell them where to find it, because I want them to look with us so they can see this, so they can see what you're actually talking about.
You can go to CWBA.world. CWBA, contract with Black America, CWBA.world.
So you talk about no-knock warrants, Breonna Taylor. You talk about evidence tampering, Walter Scott in South Carolina. Yes. Remember that? We saw that video. You're dealing with real issues. These are not crazy issues. But my question is, what made you decide to do this now versus a couple of years ago? What made you decide now?
Well, a couple of years ago, I had wrote up something that's in our plan called the Americans Job Pact, which I thought was a great way to get industry, the community, and government to work together where it wouldn't cost any of them any extra money. It would actually do everything to help all three facets. So we wrote that up, and it kind of lay dormant. I actually ended up, starting a basketball league, the Big Three.
I heard about that.
And so I ended up,
retired, right?
Yeah. We started off with, retired NBA players, giving them a way to, get back out there, and the league was growing. So I couldn't step away. If you invent something like that, you really have to put, 24/7, 365 days into it for it to really grow. So I had spent years growing that. And when the George Floyd incident happened, I felt like, it was a lot of, anger in the streets, a lot of protesting. But I wanted to make sure that at the end of the day, there was a plan that everybody could get behind or add on to, and we still want people to add on their ideas on how to make this better. That dealt with the problem across the board, not just police reform, but like you said, we're dealing with financial reform. There's things I think that's missing in there when it comes to healthcare and Black women's issues that we need help on to make sure that we're tackling everything across the board. And we wanted to have something so for this moment right here, for when, it's time for a candidate to ask for your vote, that you have something in your hand that they could get behind. Demands, things you're asking for from them. They're asking for your vote, and you should get something for that. So, of course, we've been spending our time getting it up to a level where we can be at this moment where the candidates, have to take us serious.
So I think about the first Black woman to run for president in 1972, the late, great Shirley Chisholm. Before there was Kamala, before there was Carol Moseley Braun and any other Black woman, there was Shirley Chisholm. And she said, if you don't have a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. Joe Biden's team is trying to get you to the table. And I don't think you're going to have a folding chair. When you get there and you own the table, what are you going to say? Because they're offering you this right now, because they're texting me saying, let them know that we're willing to meet with him. once you get to that table, because it's going to happen, and I would like for you to call me from there and let me know what was said so I can report it, you know. But once you get there, Q, what are you going to say? What are you going to do?
Well, I mean, they have the plan. The question is what they're going to say to me. I mean, what part of this that they agree with, that they support, what part of this that they don't support or can't do, and we'll discuss why. So, you know, to me, it's laid out what I'm asking for. I'm not asking for anything other than what's laid out there, unless we add more to the plan. You know, I'm not going to ask for anything personal for myself. So everything is going to have to deal with the plan.
What makes you lay awake at night?
Just thinking about, you know, my kids and their kids and their kids and their kids having to deal with the same thing I had to deal with growing up. And so that's what keeps me up is, you know, we got to fix this now. It's our turn. It's nobody else's turn. So, you know, I mean, we could be grown teenagers walking around here, or we can be grown men and women. And so that's what it's time for us to stand up for our people at the right time and try to get some true equality and true advancement in this country.
So sitting in this unique perch that I've been blessed to sit in for 23 years, covering the White House for American Urban Radio Networks, I've noticed the squeaky wheel gets the oil, and you're squeaking loudly. So it seems like you may get the oil, but the big question, the piece that is the fly in the ointment, if you will, is the vote. Is the vote. People want to know that they can be that you will be in lockstep with them. Hold them accountable, but vote.
Well, let's talk about it. I would love to be a cheerleader and vote for the candidates that's down to do what's in this plan. I would love to go out there and push the people. But we got to talk and see if they into this, because I think we need it. It's not like I'm asking for anything for us that is not needed or unnecessary. And I think I'm making their job easy. I'm not a legislator, you know what I mean? But we put together something that's pretty good that could help the people for real. And they will, you know, and I want them to be heroes. So for that to happen, they have to step up and actually be heroes.
So I don't want to make this lopsided. I got to bring Donald John Trump into it, the 45th president of the United States of America. He's having his coronation for a second time this week.
Yeah.
He likes rappers, as you see. If he brought you into the White House, into this COVID-laden White House, what would you say to him? Because if you wanted to hear what you had to say to possibly try to gain the black vote, because you know they out there trying to win it and trying to whatever with it.
I think, we would be crazy not to listen to him. It wouldn't make any sense not to.
So what would you say to Donald John Trump if he invited you to? So you're open to meet with him as well, okay? So what would you say to him? You would listen to him, but what would you say? Because he wants to hear, if he invites you in, he wants to hear what you have to say.
I would tell him the same thing. Read the plan, man. I mean, I don't have to go in there doing a lot of talking. I mean, how much talking do I have to really do? Read the plan. Tell me what you can do, what you can't do, what you don't want to do, and let's talk about it. That's
so
it.
You know he doesn't read. He doesn't read.
Well, if he don't read, he asked out. Somebody got to read. Somebody got to read.
Maybe Jared. All right. Well, and
I'll meet with Jared. It don't matter. Somebody got to read. Whoever read, I'll meet.
I am so honored that you wanted to talk to me, and I appreciate you. And everyone has a story, and I listen to people's story, and it's not about me agreeing or not. The only thing I say as a Black woman is that I say vote, 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 vote. As I'm quoting Beyonce, like your life depended on it. But at the end of the day, I appreciate you. And I got to ask you a question. Well, I'm going to let you close out. But before that, my brother wanted me to ask you a question. My brother, Robert, from Baltimore, he's a Fridays fan. He wants to know, are you guys going to do a reunion? You guys, because of John Witherspoon or something.
If we had Black studios, we'd have it
Tyler
done like
Perry,
that. But
Tyler
since we
Perry
don't,
in Atlanta.
well, yeah, that's a great thing. But I'm saying this: the movie is owned by Warner Brothers, so we have to, like I said, I'd be able to grab it from them and do it, but they don't want to do that. So we got an issue here.
Well, I appreciate you, and I'm gonna let you close out. It's we got a few minutes, 2 more minutes left, and I want you to talk to America, help them understand all this controversy. I think we have helped people understand, especially Black Twitter, understand where you're coming from. But help them understand. Give, in your words, give them your heart about the community that you're fighting for.
Well, I'm fighting for the Black community. We've needed a lot of things across the board done to help us get out the situation that we're in. It's much more than just civil rights. It's economic stability to really become respectable in this country. So, I don't mind voting. Actually, I love to vote, but I think you should hold people accountable. I don't think you should just give them your vote. I think you should make them earn it. And to me, this is a thing that pushes the candidates to really earn the vote, to go further than they, have gone in the past or willing to go right now. We want them to go a little further, and there's nothing wrong with asking for that. Because if they don't think that you want anything more, they won't give it to you, and they'll just move on to the next person they're trying to get to vote for them. So, to me, the ball is in the court of the candidates, but somebody has to do something major for Black America. Major. I mean, we got to move furniture. That's what I'm talking about.
That heavy
major
furniture, that old heavy wood furniture.
Yeah, I'm talking about major. Nothing, no light foot. Nothing light. I'm talking about a major move to catch us up or to help us become respectable people in this country financially.
So I come from a family, both my parents have transitioned this world, but they always taught me about the right to vote. I was from that family that they would take me and my little brother to the polls. When they went, we had the curtains, when you slammed the curtains and you saw them pull the levers. Were you one of those kids from those families?
Nah, I wasn't really. I wasn't one of those kids from one of those families, but I would see my mother and father leave out the door to go vote. When I was younger, I didn't want to go with them back then.
You had other things.
And so, but I knew the importance of it. I would love to run out and tell everybody to go vote for, the candidates that everybody want to see win. But they got to step up to the plate too, and this is the moment. There's no better moment for us to ask for a major ask. And these are things that we should have been getting. If you read the contract, you'll be surprised that a lot of that stuff wasn't happening already. And it's not. So, do the right thing, and they'll have Ice Cube as a cheerleader and not, as a fly in the ointment, as you say.
So give them the contract, the website for the contract with Black America again, so they can look, because I want you guys to read this. It is important to know what's going on. It is so important to know what's happening, what's at stake, and your vote, what your vote means. And this is a transformational moment. If there's an ask now.
Yes. You can go to cwba.world. April, you're the best at cutting through all the BS and getting to the meat.
That's why you called
So
me.
I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you. Taking my call and accepting this interview so I can, have some clarity.
Because let's tell people the truth. Because I didn't even believe what you. I said, "You sure it's him?" I said, "I met him," and I said, because I get crazy calls all the time, and I was like, "Put him on the phone." He's like, put him on video, and he said he wouldn't put himself on video. He said, "It's me," because remember when we met? I said, "Oh yeah, it's you," because everybody doesn't know when we met. So yeah, but I appreciate you. I respect you. I respect everyone who comes on. I respect you for challenging the system. And I'm not equating him to Dr. King, but when you challenge the system, when you go against the grain, this is democracy. It's all to make it better.
Yes.
We the people, Ice Cube, we the people are working together to still form a more perfect union. We're in growing pains. It's not perfect yet. And guys, you have to hold every president, every politician accountable. It's not, oh yeah, my boy is in. You may agree.
Yeah, it's all about political will. It's not about. I'm pretty sure they agree with all of this stuff, but it's political will. They have to have the will to do it and fight for them, and we have to give them that political will.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna end out on this song, one of your songs, and guys, we had O'Shea Jackson, better known as Ice Cube. And what is this? Steady Mobbin'.
Yeah, Steady Mobbin'.
You know your song, so.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We gonna rock out to Steady Mobbin'. And Q, I appreciate you. I'm gonna give you a call after this, but I so appreciate you. You got the highest of the high checking this out. They want to talk to you.
All right, well, let's talk.
Peace, guys. Thanks, Q.
All right, take it easy.
Whoa. Oh, I'm doing 3 fingers here. I'm not cool. Bye, Q. Guys, great conversation. See ya Wednesday night. I'll be back Wednesday with the great I'll Be Sure. Talk to you later. COVID Conversations with April Ryan and O'Shea Jackson. Ice Cube. Bye.